Yes, guys, everything bite-sized here. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're back with another mental health video, and we're going to be dealing with a very sensitive topic that a lot of people are going to relate to. We're going to be dealing with depression. I've got bipolar disorder, so I get depression really badly, but I'm sure so many of you other guys do get depression as well. So we're going to start off with someone who asked a question on Reddit, then we're going to look at some of the replies. So it's called Serious, what does depression feel like? I'm curious what the day-to-day feelings of someone who has any level of depression are, what they process, how they think. Friends and family, feel free to provide input as well into how you perceive the person in your life who seems to be suffering from this condition. Here's some questions. There seems to be two distinctions: complete emotional numbness and emotional despair. Is this normal, or am I seeing something that isn't there? Is ending yourself a prevalent thought, or just in the background noise among the other thoughts of being stuck/overwhelmed? It looks like recovery is started by essentially winning a battle over yourself to break the cycle. Is this just something that is helped externally, or is it just a hump you need to reach on your own? Once recovery starts, is it like a switch, or is it a slow battle? And now we're going to go through some of the responses. Not wanting to do anything, not wanting to be anything, not wanting to be at all. I don't necessarily want to die, I just wish I had never existed. Wow, this is going to get really deep and depressing, obviously, given the topic. This is me. I don't want to die and hurt my siblings. I feel like it would be easier for everyone if I was just never born. Oh, that is so sad. I don't wish I was never born, personally, me speaking. I'm glad I'm born, and I take the blows of depression in my stride because I have to, and I feel blessed to have bipolar disorder. I know this sounds bad, but I'm not the only person who says this, because the mania makes me really creative and it helps me get a lot of work done. So there's ups and downs to it, but having just pure depression, which a lot of people suffer with in the world, I wouldn't want. There'll be no upside to it. At least I've got the mania to look forward to. So I really feel sorry for you guys who suffer from depression. We're going to carry on. I just feel pointless, like I'm a filler in the background of someone else's life. Word, literally the only thing keeping me going is the thought of my family and my boyfriend having to deal with my SHIT if I ended myself. But in my opinion, I was never there to begin with. If I was never there to begin with, everything would be better. I've come close to hitting the escape key loads of times. I'm not trying to be crass, I just don't know how to deal with it. I've had to deal with the thought of hitting the escape key plenty, and what's kept me going is friends and family knowing how much it would hurt them. And also, I'm curious, this is me speaking, I'm curious to see what happens in the future and how successful my YouTube channel will be and what I'll accomplish in my life, because I've got big plans for the future. So it's not going to happen, but I've been so low that that's all I can think about all day. Anyway, carrying on. Apologies if I'm off base, but your username and comment really remind me of my sister. So on the off chance I'm right, I just want to say I love you and I'm definitely better with you around. Oh man. And if you're someone else, I'm sure your siblings feel the same. Edit, peeked at your profile and you're definitely my sister, so I removed your name. Oh wow, so he found his sister on here and comforted her and supported her. That's quite beautiful. Okay, so like carrying on. This is someone adding a quote from someone else. They say, Ali Brosh explained this beautifully. Perhaps it was because I lacked the emotional depth necessary to panic, or maybe my predicament didn't feel dramatic enough to make me suspicious, but I somehow managed to convince myself that everything was still under my control, right up until I noticed myself wishing that nothing loved me, so that I wouldn't feel obligated to keep existing. Wait, that's deep. Hold on, let me read that again. Perhaps it was because I lacked the emotional depth necessary to panic, or maybe my predicament didn't feel dramatic enough to make me suspicious, but I somehow managed to convince myself that everything was still under my control, right up until I noticed myself wishing that nothing loved me, so I wouldn't feel obligated to keep existing. Oh man, that just hit differently, man. Wow. Yeah, someone else. Yeah, I wish many times that some of my family didn't love me just so I wouldn't feel guilty about wanting to end myself. I'm sorry about this, guys. Obviously, this was going to get depressing. I'm getting emotional. She, apparently, the person that got quoted, she also said this about how to handle being around a depressed person. The best thing I can say is don't try to fix it for them. That can be hard because it's natural to want to help, but clinical depression doesn't really have a reason behind it or a clear solution, and all the helpful advice almost makes the depressed person feel pressured to pretend they feel better so they don't frustrate the people trying to help them. It was incredibly relieving for me to know that I could just sit next to someone and watch a movie or eat dinner or whatever and not have to worry about making them feel like everything was okay, because it wasn't, and I didn't know when it would begin, when it would be again, but it felt nice not to have to pretend. Yeah, I'm going to read that last part again. It was incredibly relieving for me to know that I could just sit next to someone and watch a movie or eat dinner or whatever and not have to worry about making them feel like everything was okay, because it wasn't, and I didn't know when it would be again, but it felt nice not to have to pretend. That is, wow, that is very deep. And the commenter says, as someone who battles depression, I found it insightful. Sorry, I didn't know how to do the quotey thingy. Someone else says, I've had depression for near enough 10 years. I've gotten pretty good at just droning through each day, just ignoring everything in an attempt to not feel SHIT. But holy FUCK, I have tears streaming down my face now because of the honest effing truth in that quote. I feel better after that little crying session. Yeah, me personally, that hit me differently as well. That I'm keeping it together because I'm making a video, but that hit me differently. Those two quotes from that person, like people, it's nice to just be able to. It is nice just to be able to be around people and not be okay, and them not make a fuss out of it. Or pressure you, like just to be around people and not be okay. That is it. And I understand why people want to end themselves and why they do. People with bipolar disorder are a lot likely to die by hitting the escape key than the general population. Same with people who are depressed, and that's obviously makes sense. It's not like a news flash, but it's just very sad. And that like those two quotes summed it up like pretty well, but I'm gonna go on and I'll carry on. I've been told it gets better a lot, and so far it hasn't. I've been battling/dealing with what I feel is pretty severe depression since my pre-teens. I'm 26 now. Never found a medication that did anything, so I stopped taking them, and it never gets better. Sometimes it gets slightly better for a short while, but I'm always back at square one. Whenever someone says, don't worry, it gets better, all I feel is that I'm tired of waiting. This exactly. I've been feeling like ending myself before, but honestly that doesn't hurt as much as the part where I wish I was just never born. Yeah, you just nailed it. It wasn't a primary instinct to pack up and keep driving until I ran out of gas and money. It was an overwhelming desire to stop existing. Complete lack of motivation to do anything. Any ideas or invitations from other people either seem uninteresting or daunting in how much effort they take. Your mind and body basically just shut down and you watch the day pass at a snail's pace. That, to me, is the most poignant comment. Like, apart from the two quotes from that writer, this like that. I'm going to read this again. This completely sums it, not completely sums it up, but hits the nail on the head for me personally. Complete lack of motivation to do anything. Any ideas or invitations from other people either seem uninteresting or daunting in how much effort they take. Your mind and body basically just shut down and you watch the day pass at a snail's pace. I'll be sitting there, yeah, this is me talking personally, I'll be sitting there really, really depressed and just watching the clock, like when you're at work, and you look away and you go, surely it's been an hour and it's closer to bedtime so I can escape and sleep and get out of this world, and then it's only been like 10 minutes and the day just crawls by, and I have to wait until at least the earliest I can go to sleep is around 8, otherwise I wake up like way too early, so I have to wait and wait and wait all day until I can finally sleep and escape. I might leave it at that. Like, yeah, no, I get it. I get depression really, really bad. I've got severe bipolar disorder, and a lot of what these people have been talking about, like, I relate to a lot, and I'm sure a lot of the viewers will relate a lot. But yeah, you've been locked into Everything Bite Size. Check out my music videos, check out my shorts, check out my other content like this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.